Martin Muses. Welcome to Miss Martin Muses, where we muse upon what makes me laugh, makes me cry, makes me happy, makes me sad, or just really ticks me off. And I just did a very bad transition in the green room, so mea maxima culpa. But today we're talking about war movies that were set in the 20th century. I don't know what emotions these bring up, so we're just going to see. Maybe some of it's going to really tick me off, but we shall see. We are joined once again all the way from South America. It is none other than Timon.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening. I'm really looking forward to this. This was Timon's suggestion. He had suggested two things that we do for a double pick, and he said war movies, and it's like, here we go. Yes, absolutely. And we narrowed it down to the 20th century, and maybe other times we'll do different kinds of war movies. And all the way from the future, way up near the North Pole, it is none other than Steve Kenobi.
Hi. I actually thought the pick 2 was going to be on Tuesday, and I told people so. But it's because the your video on YouTube says Tuesday because it starts at 2 a.m.
It does?
My time.
Oh!
Yeah. So I got it wrong.
Oh my gosh. Well, there's a first time for everything.
Yeah, I know.
But since you've been right about everything else in your life, I guess it'll be okay.
Yeah, or rather, technically, I wasn't wrong because it is Tuesday where I am.
That is true.
Yeah, but I figured it was because I was thinking, oh shit, she moved it a day, and I'm like,
Nope. I didn't do that to you. Well, I'll tell you, things are going to get really messed up because we're changing our clock this Sunday. So then you're really going to know what time it is. We're all going to work overtime. And then Europe's going to change after us. But I do always ask you, Stieg, since you are in the future, how is it?
Just as stupid as it was yesterday.
Oh, okay. Well,
no, it's not getting...
Okay, it's not getting any better?
Nope.
Okay, so you heard it here first. There is no hope. There is no hope. We always have cutting-edge news. But let's say hi to people in our chat. It is Mr. Brown Alliance. I am really into war movies. Yes, and Mr. Brown has already given his pick. I have started. We will be doing it at the end of the stream today. Thank you, Mr. Brown Alliance. We have Hound 3000. We love our dogs and our pets and our polar bears here at Miss Martin Muses. Says woof woof, arf arf, bark bark to everyone. Okay. Mr. Brown Alliance is into war movies. Yes, nice. Thank you for being here. You're also from the future, so
sounds like he's having a blast.
Yes, a good time of day, folks. Yes, thank you, OBG70. Thank you for being here in Keck. Thank you. He's going to take care of those Russians for us. One of his favorites is I'm going to go ahead and star that. Well, we will talk about that for the picks too. And if you would give me two picks, people in the chat, so far OBG70, not that I know of. So I'm going to star that. Well, cool. Well, we were talking a little bit in the green womb. In the womb. Yes, we were all in the womb together, triplets, about historical films and what happens when they F around with them, like what they did with the Netflix by changing one of the last pagan rulers of Norway into being a woman and an African woman, African Norwegian woman or Swedish woman or something. And historically, that's not what that person was. It was a historical figure.
Yeah, and the title of Jarl is for males.
No, okay, that too, yeah. And didn't you also say, see, I didn't catch this because I don't obviously speak Norwegian, it's a male name. Like it had male ending? Yes.
Yeah. Male first name, and they kept it for the female character.
Okay.
So there's a African descended female playing a male Viking with a male name and a male title. So it would be like having, I don't know, Halle Berry playing Julius Caesar.
Yeah.
That's probably an accurate comparison too.
Yes, very similar. And of course, during the time, well, it's just that was not who the person was. If there was a woman of African descent living in Norway who called herself Jarl so and so, then I guess that would make sense, wouldn't it? But it's not, and it's a historical figure. Yeah. And Jarl is equivalent to probably our king, so it just...
Jarl is also used as a male name, by the way.
Oh.
Guess why?
Because it's a male name?
Because they used to be males.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, I did not know that. You see, you learned something new.
Well, it's not like some first names can also be the word for professions, like Mason.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
stuff like that. So,
oh, well, there you go. You heard it here first.
There's people out there that are named Jarl, and it's all guys.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, and probably I don't know if you have this. There's endings in names, like for example in Spanish or Latin. If it's a female name, it ends in an A, and if it's a male name, it'll end in an O. So, I don't know if that's quite the same in your language, but
no, I don't even. I'm not even sure if we have any names that ends with an O for either genders.
Oh, I know, but I mean, like that there's something in the language that indicates it's a male name or a female name. I just didn't know if there was that or not.
Yes, in Portuguese, you can clearly distinguish between the names. Not so much because of the if it ends with an A with the O. We also have some names that derive from French, so it ends with an E. But as soon as you read the name, you know so if it is a woman or a man.
Okay, yeah. Well, and part of the reason I brought this up was not just to digress, but I love digressions every now and then, especially when we're talking about history. But we are talking about historical films. And I love historical films because I think that's in many ways the closest that we can get to time traveling. And war movies, especially ones that are very well done, they can put us in the place of events that we would never dream of being able to be in, or even making it possible to be in. So I love them. And I remember there were some historical movies. My grandfather, he fought in World War II. He never watched a World War movie of World War II because he always said, I already lived it, so and he always even wasn't too crazy about us watching him because he's like, I went and fought so you wouldn't have to see that.
My grandfather almost got killed twice in the North Sea by the Nazis. Ooh. He was, I don't think he fought, but he was on ships that were, shipping refugees over to England and to Shetland, stuff like that. And the ship he was on, the first one, got torpedoed by German submarines. And that happened to the second one too. So imagine being in the northern Atlantic, being torpedoed. You don't have good odds.
Well, no, because if you live, you get hypothermia.
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
yeah, it's cold, and not necessarily many other ships around that would come and pick you up, given that there's a submarine in the area. So, if they had succeeded, well, I think he has about 130 descendants now that would never have been born.
Holy moly! Well, there you go. Yeah. Well, those are cool. Gosh, I love stories like that. Maybe one day I'll do some historical talks on topics because I really do enjoy that, and that's one of my areas of study. But
and this the city I live in, they keep finding stuff from the war all the time still, because this city was bombed and burned and occupied by the Germans because it's a natural harbor. And we still have bunkers, German bunkers, all over the coast.
Dang.
And a couple of years ago, they found boxes of ammo and weapons in the hiking area where I tend to take hikes. And it was literally under my feet because they had dug up
Moly.
some of the paths to, change directions on them a bit. And lo and behold, they found Lugers and ammo boxes. And yeah, I probably walked over them 200 times.
Holy moly.
Well,
Well, we're glad you're alive to tell the tale then.
well, I don't think stepping on a crate of weapons would be dangerous, but they did find below the harbor
Mhm.
in the city, they found one of those horn mines.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was and yeah, it was at the bottom, just below the ferry dock.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh. That's cheery thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when I went to visit Verdun at the site of World War One big old battle, and they had signs saying "Don't stray from the path" because of possible mines. Like this is like nearly 100 years afterwards. They were like, "Please don't stray from the path. There's still possible live ammo." I mean, I don't think the chances it would be very strong, but I sure as heck wouldn't want to be one to find that out the hard way. Jacob Ironside says, my grandpa in World War II took out a Panzer tank with a shoulder-fired rocket. Oh, that's badass. Yeah. My granddaddy, he was anti-aircraft artillery in Normandy. That's where he did most of his heavy fighting around Omaha Beach and, gosh, what is it? Bayeux and all that stuff. Dan is here with his choices, not the war heroes you would expect. Hey, it's okay. I says war movies and wars that are set in the 21st century. Sorry, the 20th century. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. I think I said hi to Jacob. If I didn't, I apologize. And Dan Blackroyd, thank you. I have starred your choice. Oh my gosh, that is a great choice, by the way.
He has a second one below.
Oh yeah, that's what I saw. That's sorry. I love it. Yes, we're gonna get to these. We're gonna get to these choices once we've all shared ours. But let's go ahead and get started with that. Let me roll to see who gets to go first. Why, Stieg? You rolled well again.
Oh, thank you. I used that Jedi trick where you control the dice.
Oh, there we are. Okay,
Yeah.
Well, go ahead. Start us off with your first choice.
Well, we were supposed to pick favorites, not necessarily the best, correct?
Oh, sure. Or just pick two for whatever reason. Yes.
Yeah. Well, a friend of mine had a VHS back in the day that I watched probably 50 times. It's a direct-to VHS movie set in World War II. It's called Casablanca Express. It is not considered to be any kind of great movie, but it was great when I was a kid, right?
Uh-huh.
Just kept watching it. It's starring Jason Connery and Francisco Quinn, the sons of two famous actors. Guess which? Churchill is on his way to a meeting, and he's taking a train from Casablanca to I can't remember where. It's supposed to be secret, but the Germans sniff it out and capture the train. And Jason Connery's character, who is basically playing a World War II James Bond-ish person, is investigating and eventually finds the train and decides to. Well, he has to disarm bombs on the train and rescue Churchill and the other prisoners. So, it's a World War spy adventure movie. Incredibly entertaining. Proper German villain too. He has a Luger and it says Schneller a lot.
Oh no!
Yes. And what's his name? Glenn Ford and Donald Pleasance play supporting roles as English and American officers. So, not a bad cast, to be honest.
I was going to say Donald Pleasance.
Yeah, and I have the whole movie on my channel. It's very difficult to find, so I figured, hey, why not try and upload it, see what happens? And it went well. It's blocked in Turkey for some reason. That's it. So unless you're from Turkey, you can watch the movie on my channel.
Oh, well, I'll be damned. Okay, I'm trying to bring up a picture here, but it's giving me some trouble, of course. A lot of things, to be honest, a lot of things will come up if you put in Google Casablanca Express. But I won't say what they all were. Wow. So I've never seen this one. Have you seen this one, Timon?
No, not. I can't say that I do. That I did. I've seen Casablanca, but not Casablanca Express.
Yeah, I got excited at first, Stieg, when you said Casablanca. I was like, "Oh my gosh, how romantic of you!"
No, it's a B movie on VHS. That's yeah, but it should be easy to find stuff for it though. Just Google Casablanca Express movie.
Yeah, here I brought up a picture here.
That was a really bad picture.
Oh.
That's like a rocky picture. That's
someone's judgmental.
Yeah, that's the shittiest picture I've ever seen of this movie.
Well,
looks like it's from 1920.
Well, wow, we're getting some judgment from Norway today. But in any case, all right. And so usually I will ask where you can find it, but we all know you can find it on Stieg's channel. And Kick, if you're still around, one of my mods, if you wouldn't mind, Dan Blackbird or someone, go ahead and put Stieg's YouTube channel in the chat so people can go see it.
I found a better picture, and I'm going to put it in the private chat.
Okay.
It's actually the cover of the VHS.
Ooh, okay, much better. Yeah, and Timon also.
Shit. It's in Swedish.
Oh no way! Yeah. Holy crap! That's a burn. There we go. You know, I wouldn't have known it was Swedish if you hadn't said so. Because I don't know what Swedish looks like compared.
It looks like shit, as you can tell. Anyway, this is it. Great cast. Jason Connery is awesome in it. Mm-hmm. He didn't have as big a career as his dad, though. But and neither did Francisco Quinn. Francisco Quinn showed up in Platoon as well, by the way. He has passed away. He passed away way too young. I think he was around 50 when he passed away, maybe even younger.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
Fun movie. Don't expect any kind of masterpiece, though. I think the score on IMDb is terrible as well. But it doesn't deserve to be that terrible. Okay. Objectively, I'd give it a 6.
Okay. So it's a 6. And for Stieg, that's not bad because he's on a European scale. And we've had this argument with Mara before. Yeah.
I know. If it's a 5 out of 10, it's mediocre. Correct, Timon?
Yes.
See?
Yes.
That's
I hear
2 continents versus you and Mara. Europe and South America.
Yes, we have the international measuring system. So no fake variables.
Oh, gee whiz. I'm being ganged up on here.
Yeah. You can blame Mara. She's the one that fucked up.
Oh. Well, she's not here to defend herself, so.
She has no defense anyway, so.
Oh.
Might as well.
Okay. All right. So this is the Casablanca Express. Please go see it. And thank you, mods. By the way, I have been seeing the good work you've been doing. I do appreciate it. What you've been doing in the chat to help take care of our Russian friends.
You know what I think about when the mods take care of the bots? Starship Troopers. When you get that propaganda commercial,
Mm-hmm.
when the kids are stomping on the bugs and the mom is cheering and clapping,
Mm-hmm.
they're like going, "We're doing our part," you
Oh.
know. So bots being, bugs.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Oh, gee whiz. Oh, Dan Blackboard said used to was being weird. Sharing Steve's link also unsubscribed me from his channel. Oh, that's sneaky.
Good God, I'm heartbroken.
Yeah, you're finally going to see what it takes to make a Norwegian cry.
YouTube's they're holding back my channel due to all the Mentos commercials.
Yep. Yeah. All right. Well, I am starring all of these picks, and we will get to those. Well, that's great. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Timon. Timon, what is your first pick for today?
So my first pick is Memphis Belle.
Yeah. All right, tell us about it.
Memphis Belle is about a crew. Is about the crew of the plane. They get its name. Memphis Belle is a B-17 in World War II, and it's this crew. They are about to do their 25th mission, and when they do 25th, they endure just this last mission, so they can go home. This movie,
Okay.
Turbulence, when you go to uh, uh, and each and every character in the crew, it has its own um, special thing that contributes to this, what I call one of the best war movies that I've seen. It's one of those movies that it has that special something that when you see that is playing on TV, you just, no matter if it's almost in the end, is at the beginning, is the middle, you stop and you watch it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I like this one too. Steve, have you seen this?
A long time ago, but I remember liking it a lot. So it's something I need to rewatch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a 90s 1990s movie, and the ensemble cast, which back then wasn't like the biggest cast that you could have, but you have Matthew Modine, Tate Donovan, Billy, Son Austin, there are uh, Samwise, Courtney Gaines, Neil June Tolley, Harry Connick Jr., David Strathairn, and John Lithgow.
Hmm.
And this June Tolley is the guy in the middle, the one who is sitting down the middle of the poster. And I don't know if you can make it bigger or something, but I could just tell you that's Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers.
Okay,
If you
yeah, I don't think that they're letting me do it. I know what you're talking about. The guy in the bottom. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yes, if you can go to if you want scene, if you can go to, you can zoom in on the face. You can. My God, it's like a clone of Jeremy.
Okay, well there you go. Well, now we know where Jeremy was during World War II. Well, I remember being really moved by them saying every time you come out, you can maybe succeed in your mission, but the crashes that happen as they're landing, and that was the whole thing at the end. It was their final mission, and I forget why it was, but there was something wrong with the plane or something to that effect. And that was their moment where they didn't know if they were going to honestly survive.
Yeah, one of the guys in the crew, the guys in charge with the position, the maps. He from the beginning of the mission to the end, he's always, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, this is my time, I'm gonna die. So here, take my watch, take my gold cufflinks.
Mhm.
And by the end of the movie, he has a turnaround on his attitude. And
So if they had based the movie on him alone, they could have called the movie "Fright of the Navigator."
yes,
Oh,
he's one of the main responsibles for the plane not crashing.
wow. And yeah, well, I'm glad he got a better attitude because, yeah, OBG70 says my grandfather was a bombardier on one of those planes in World War II. Mhm.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was Billy Zane. He played the bombardier.
Okay. Oh, cool.
I'm actually halfway through a Billy Zane movie at the moment. Um, The Phantom.
Huh.
It is
Freaking love it.
surprisingly good. It's
Yes,
awesome.
it's so underrated.
Yeah.
Wow. I can't say I've seen that one either. And that's one of the things that I hope all you who are listening or catching this on the replay is these are maybe movies that you can go ahead and go see because there are so many good things to watch. We know what sucks. This is what's good.
The one of the scenes that you are like on the edge of the seat is when in this in B-17 you have a, how can you say it, a pod or a, you have a gun that is placed in the bottom of the ship, and you have a guy that stands in there in a like a glass encase, so he can see uh, the 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 enemy, and
It's like on
a
the
turret.
Millennium Falcon.
Yes, that's where they took the Millennium Falcon turret.
Yep.
So, and uh, Sean Austin is the one that is there, uh, and someone tells him, bogey at something hours,
Hmm.
and the his turret jams, and he's calling, someone get me out of here, someone get me out of here. The turret gets shot, and he's hanging in the rims of the turret, so he don't fall off the
Oh
the,
my.
the, the plane.
Yeah.
Great
No.
scene.
No, I was gonna say no. Thank you. Oh my gosh. No, that's crazy. Well, and another part going to Memphis Belle is not only was the people who were the people who were flying afraid of what was going to happen. My grandfather, he would tell me that often they would get killed, the people on the ground, because if the plane crashed, often the plane would crash right into them.
Yes, we've seen it in the beginning of the movie. One of the planes, they are counting the planes returning,
Mm-hmm.
and the last plane doesn't get to, he crashes, and the crew didn't make it out of the plane, and the plane blew up. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's
Yeah.
quite the the scene. And in this movie, we also get what I call a cameo, but it's the debut of one of my favorite sci-fi actors, Ben Browder, his first role as rookie captain. It's like 15-second scene.
But Ben Browder is the lead in Farscape, I believe.
Yes, and he, after Farscape ended, he then is the main is the lead on SG-1 in the, I believe, 9 or 10th season.
Yeah.
He takes the role, not the role. He substitutes for RDA.
No. Well, okay then. Well, wow. And again, people are pointing out, yes, Sam Gamgee. Yeah, Sean Astin. Well, okay. Any last thoughts about Memphis Belle? Going once? Anyone? Got it?
Is that? That's it.
That's it? Okay. No, all right. Well, my first choice is a devastating movie. It's so bad, I've only seen it. When I say bad, meaning so sad, I've only seen it once, but it is Warhorse, about a horse in World War I who manages to see everything. He's a British horse, if you will, and Loki, Tom Hiddleston, is this British soldier, just British commander, and he takes the horse into war. And it was right when the technology just was not meeting up with the fight tactics, and he takes this horse on a charge, and all of them get wiped out, including most of the horses. It's really hard to watch. But the horse gets then captured by the Germans and spends the rest of the war, again, kind of being Forrest Gump, but it's a horse, about everything that happens. It really, really shows the horror of World War I's fighting, as well as trench warfare, just how terrible that was and how brave the fighters were. There's a really, really horrendous scene at the end where the horse breaks free. No, he does not break free. Sorry. The German dude, he sets him free because he's all just go be free and all that, because they were all screwed and he wanted the horse to be set free. But as the horse is trying to run off and be free, he gets caught up in the barbed wire. And it's so devastating, and just seeing this horse. But what moved me wasn't just the horse, because I love animals, but this is what it was like for the people too, the people that were fighting in World War II. World War I, and just how horrific the barbed wire and the gas and everything was. So that's what Warhorse was for me. But I was so messed up after watching that. I was like, I cannot see this ever again, but I can recommend it. But you just have to make sure that you're in a really, really good place, because it's very, very raw. And so I cried and cried and cried and all that. But it does have a happy ending. The horse is okay at the end. It's just what hurt me was everyone else that wasn't okay at the end of World War I, and the futility of World War I. Have either of you seen Warhorse?
When it came out, but I don't remember too much about it. It's early 2000s, I think.
Around
then, I think it was more like 2010. It was originally a stage play, believe it or not.
Yeah, I didn't see it because animal movies are not my thing.
Is it because you like them or you don't like them?
I don't like them.
Oh, okay. Well, then maybe you would have liked this one because lots of horses die. But yeah, no, okay. But especially the barbed wire scene, so it haunted me for a very, very long time.
It's just
And
it's like the never-ending story of World War movies.
not exactly, but yeah. But it's a sad one. It's a sad one, but it's also very, very good. All right. I just want to go to the chat a little bit here. I am seeing you. Thank you, everyone that's in here. We have a lot of people seeing your picks. I have been starring them. Hello, everyone that's coming in. Hello, hello. I love it that y'all are talking amongst each other and talking about all the different kinds of movies. So we're going to now circle back around. We're going to circle back around to it is Stieg, it was your turn first. What pray tell is your second pick?
Well, it's not really a unique pick at all. It's saving. No, sorry, I was gonna go with Kelly's Heroes. My bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Kelly's Heroes with Clint Eastwood.
Oh.
And Telly Savalas and Donald Sutherland. I think Don Rickles is in it too. It's some soldiers find out that there's a bank behind enemy lines that's full of gold. So they're basically trying to do a heist during the war, and they're securing a tank to help out, because they need to carry the gold, right?
Mm-hmm.
The tank driver is played by Donald Sutherland, whose character is a hippie. During World War II, he's like the ground zero of hippies.
I was gonna say,
yeah, way ahead of his time, that one. But very, very entertaining movie. Great acting, some good humor in it too, and some shootouts, what have you. I said this one is probably a cult classic, because it certainly has a big fan base, I've noticed. But yeah, Kelly's Heroes. It's from the early 70s, I think. Yeah, Donald Sutherland steals the show.
Yeah, so it's good. Donald Kick 44 Donald Sutherland with a hoot in that movie. Okay. Yeah. I can't say that I've seen it. Have you seen this movie, Timon?
I haven't, but when I was researching for the pick, it was on my list to watch. But I didn't watch it.
Oh, well, okay then.
Well, it's if you haven't seen it, I'm pretty sure you will like this one.
Oh, well,
is it on any streaming services?
I don't know. Because we have different kinds in Norway, or rather, we have much of the same services, but they have different stuff on them. I don't know why.
But when is a movie that is like a WB movie or the Sony movie, and even if it's one of the older ones, you can direct the movie to a streaming service. It's more likely that it's going to be in that stream service. Like my second pick is on HBO Max, and it probably won't leave that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to do with distribution rights in Europe, I believe, and even Scandinavia is different than from England, and so it's I think the Nordic Netflix has about 5,000 titles, and the American Netflix has about 14,000 titles, and it costs less, so it's ridiculous.
Yes.
So you pay more for less, and we
yeah, and for some reason they've started to put a lot of Bollywood movies on the Nordic Netflix.
Oh, and I'm
It's like
sure you're thrilled by those. That sounds
it's like
like
yeah, it's like 30% Bollywood stuff now. It's
yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah, and I've seen Korean movies, Japanese movies, French movies, but Indian movies I can't stand it. The way they tell the story, the way they're
They,
it's
they sing
I
and
don't know.
smile
Yeah,
all the time.
yeah, and
So,
We
yeah,
know
you
how
know
much
and
you
the
love smiling.
yeah, it's like even the bad guys are singing and smiling. And I'm like, okay, the good guys are sneaking up on you while you're singing and dancing. You know,
That's what I'm thinking. I can see how that's just not your thing at all. Okay, yeah, I am starring these. These are great picks. Oh, well. Well, but I don't know why I haven't seen this movie because it's one of those movies that I've heard about all the time. I just guess I've just never gotten around to watching it. This is definitely one I'm going to be putting on my list. Okay, you got any final thoughts on Kelly's Heroes, Steve?
now if anyone who likes more war movies that haven't seen this one, get it watched. I'm pretty much can pretty much guarantee that you like it.
Hmm? Okay, well, we heard it here first. Alrighty, and it is Timon's turn. Timon, what is your second pick?
my second pick is the classic, The Dirty Dozen.
Aha, let's get this up here. So tell us about the Dirty Dozen.
The Dirty Dozen tells of a squad that is composed of only criminals. Uh, all 12 of them are either 20 to 30 years of incarceration or set to be hanged in a couple of days.
Mm.
And the one that um leads this squad is the Major Reisman, played by Lee Marvin, which is one of the best actors that ever uh, participated in any war movies, in my opinion.
He was
Uh,
also, I think, he was the first pick to play Quint in Jaws.
Ooh.
ooh, that would be a nice addition to the movie. In this movie, we have some, as the previous movie, we have some famous names, like we have George Kennedy, who is in, if people don't know, in the 90s, he played a lot of the uh, grandpa, sometimes the mob guy,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
He
really
had
done
quite.
a,
He had the
yeah,
suntan.
yeah. We have also Donald Sutherland.
Mm.
We have another one of the that appear in Kelly's Heroes. We have Telly Savalas, who played Kojak,
Yes.
and we have one of my favorite actors in the period, Charles Bronson.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I actually watched the Death Wish movies with Charles Bronson.
And
Um,
they're great.
yeah, I did. I I binged all five. I think it was five. The third one is insane, by the way.
Yeah.
Oddly relevant today as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I love
So
Charles Bronson. Yeah.
yeah, his move is always fun. So this this movie is based on a book that is based on a real squad of in World War II of I believe we were demolition experts, and they in the in real life they were called 50 13. Yes, and the thing why they were called the Dirty Dozen in the movie is that in while they were training for the first mission, uh, they complained to their sergeant or major uh, that was in charge of the prison they were in before the training. They complained that they didn't want to shave with cold water. They complained that all the guards have hot water, have hot meals, and then the Lee Marvin's character then said, "Oh, okay, you don't want to shave in cold water? Great. Now you won't have any hot meals or any uh, soap. So by the time they're finished with training, they all have they haven't showered in some time, and
Oh
all
no.
have uh, grow beers." And then the guard start to call them the Dirty Dozen.
Oh. Well, the more you know, the more wow. Have you seen this movie, Steak?
Uh, I might have a very long time ago.
Yeah.
It sounds familiar, but it's a lot of the World War II movies that I watched when I was a kid. They kind of blur together because
Yeah.
back then, right? You had to catch them on TV
Mm-hmm.
for the most part, so you only watched them once unless someone recorded them and you could borrow the VHS tape, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a lot of movies from that I watched back then are they're a bit of a blur.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I love Lee Marvin. I haven't seen this movie, but I think he's a great actor and Academy Award winner, if I'm correct. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
one of the things that is particular to this movie is that by until from the beginning of the movie till the right before the mission starts, it's like Stripes. It has a comedic tone.
mhm.
By the beginning of the mission, all hell breaks loose. And there's no more comedy. There is only a war movie.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Jacob Ironside points out that Lee Marvin was a highly decorated in World War II. Yeah, a lot of
Yeah,
actors were veterans. They fought in the World War
Oh,
II.
Donald Pleasance, who his first movie was The Great Escape with Steve McQueen. Donald Pleasance was one of the people who actually did the Great Escape during the war. He was one of the prisoners.
Holy moly.
So he was in there, I think, just because, he had insight into what actually happened.
Holy
And he got an acting part, and that's how his career started.
dang.
Yeah.
before they go
Wow,
to
the no.
the
Holy crud.
before the squad goes to the mission, they have to uh, convince the general that started the program if that if the this squad can actually pull through. So they enter a like war game against this colonel that not very fond of the Lee Marvin character. And Lee Marvin even said, by the time that I arrive, they will already taken over your headquarters." And then it's this one of the great parts of the movie. The squad, they each side of the war game has these arm. I don't know the word for it, like a bandana, like something that is blue or red that indicates what side of the game you are. The the Dirty Dozen, they have both. When they are in the side they are start with, they are with the blue. Then they go to infiltrate the enemy, they change for the red, and they start out. Let me steal a truck here. Let me. Uh, they steal a nurse, a medic truck, and it goes as Lee Marvin says. By the time the general and he arrived to the headquarters of the colonel, he the guys already taking over the headquarters. Very
Huh.
funny.
Well, cool. Well, for sure. This is definitely one that I will put on my list also to watch. I'm going to be watching movies the rest of my life. But you know what? That's okay because I think that we can't see too many of these. Okay. So before we move on to my final pick, you have any other thoughts, Timon?
I believe that is it.
Okay. Well, oh, and I know that who said it? Hound was asking about the Dirty Harry movies for Steak. That he said, "What about those? Those are definitely relevant today."
Oh yeah, hell yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, mine is Dunkirk. I love this movie. It's really harrowing and brutal, but oh my gosh, I thought it was great. It's it has Kenneth Branagh in it in an as usual a scene stealing thing as one of the admirals, I believe, who's helping to evacuate. Of course, the whole thing is that the the French and the English troops are essentially defeated and they're trying to get back to England. They're trying to evacuate. And they're being cornered in by the Nazis. And as they're trying to evacuate on these boats, they just keep getting shot by torpedoes and they're always drowning and everything. So and you follow three different aspects of the story. One is some British dudes and a French guy who's pretending to be British so he can get closer to the front of the line to try to get evacuated. And you see their harrowing journey, and they finally make it onto a boat, and then they get torpedoed, and one of them still ends up drowning. And you have a fighter pilot who ends up getting shot down at the end and captured, and then uh, a family, a British guy who in England was amongst a bunch of the civilians that took their own sailboats, their own boats, and motored over to rescue the people. And that
Yeah,
was,
in Dover.
yeah, and it was amazing. Yeah, they, uh, and one aspect of the movie that I didn't even know until I read a little more is that I'm a Titanic historian. That's one of the things that I just was really into. And Charles Lightoller was one of the crew that survived. He survived by going off on collapsible B. He didn't try to sneak off or anything like that. But once the ship went down, there was a collapsible boat that was overturned, and he was one of the people that survived by clinging onto the top. And he gave us a lot of the information that we needed to know about what it was like when it was all going down, what was going on with the crew and everything. Well, he was that dude who was going who with his son and another friend that went and did that big rescue thing. And for some reason, in the movie they changed the name. I don't know why they did, but that was actually him. So after he did all that on Titanic, helped evacuate all the people, and then miraculously survived, he did the same at Dunkirk and was one of them. So that's always a little side note that I just thought was really cool about it. But it also, well, it was really gritty. I thought it really showed the, if you will, the British spirit and just how brave they all were and how tenacious. And at the end, when Kenneth Branagh, after they've gotten all the British people away, he says, "I'm staying to evacuate the French." And I'm like, what a guy. What a guy. Yeah. It's a harrowing movie, though, because it's really, like a lot of these movies, it's hard to watch. And then, pretty soon, really quickly, the boys are back, the ones that survived. And next, people are handing them beers. And they realize that the next time they're going to be going to France, well, we know the next time they're going to be going to France will be on D-Day. So that's Dunkirk. Have you seen Dunkirk, Stieg?
Yeah.
What'd you have?
It's excellent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There were two movies recently that had kind of the same feel. One was Dunkirk, the other one was 1917.
Ah, yes. Mm-hmm.
I believe Dunkirk is the better movie. I've seen it both. I like Dunkirk better than 1917. I read somewhere that three or I don't know how many boats, but some of the boats that were in the Dunkirk rescue were actually in the movie.
Cool.
More than one. More than the not only that the main boat where with the father and the, I don't know if one was
Mhm.
his son and another one was a friend or a cousin, something
Yes.
like that.
Also, Helga from Allo Allo is in it as a nurse.
Ah. Now, does she survive? Because I know when they showed some of the nurses drowned when the boats were.
No, I think she survived.
Okay. Well, yay. Yeah.
The scene where in the beach where the soldiers try to escape a air raid in a sinking boat,
Yes.
and the tide starts to rise up. Ooh, that's a great scene.
Oh, yeah. And then because it was shot up that it started to sink. Yeah. Yeah, I actually did not see the 1917 because I don't think I can see a World War One movie. After I saw Warhorse, I was so harrowed by it. I still haven't yet been able to see another World War One movie, but
I saw one that was kind of like it showed the horrors of World War One with Andy Serkis was in it actually.
mm-hmm.
He played a guy who had snapped. He was on the English side. He was wearing a fur coat and swinging a mace, basically clubbing Germans to death. Went nuts. He created kind of like a little cult in the trenches. Can't remember what it was called though, but it showcased the horrors of the trenches and then some.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And when I like movies like Dunkirk and all these ones about 1917 because we just forget what it was really like to fight back then. My gosh. I mean, war's always hell, but these were a special kind of hell.
And it shows the Allies losing. It's not something you can see every day.
Yeah, I mean, at Verdun, World War One, even Blackadder died.
Oh, yeah, yeah. It's intense. I don't know why I chose two sad ones, but I guess it's war movies. We're not exactly talking about something cheery, but those were the two that came to mind for me. Okay, do either of you?
I almost picked Das Boot, but I just talked about it on Lady Gravemaster's channel, so I kind of not doing it again. But Das Boot deserves a mention too. Best submarine movie ever made.
Yes, well, I'm glad you said that because I know that was one of the picks from people in our chat. So, any final thoughts about Dunkirk? Going once, going twice.
8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Excellent movie.
Oh, well, that's
Same.
high praise from you. Yeah, I love it. Okay, well, let's go to some of the picks from the chat. We had from Mr. Brown Alliance, The Battle of Britain and The Longest Day. Yes, Longest Day. I think that was the first one they did with the D-Day.
Yeah, it's a D-Day movie told from several points of view.
Mm-hmm. And The Battle of Britain. I'm trying to think about that. I'm not sure. Don't have that one on my mind, but okay, yeah, those are good ones. Hound 3000 says Tora. Yes.
You know what Tora means?
No. I should.
If it, I believe this is something with the Japanese side of the war, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I know this because in college my nickname was Tora. In Portuguese, it means like a log, big log.
Oh.
Yeah. So, but in Japanese, I researched it at one point. It means tiger.
Oh yes, tiger. Well, there we are. Yeah, know about the bombing of Pearl Harbor. Yeah, that's a good one. OBG70 says, did anyone pick Kelly's Heroes? Why, yes, yes, we did. Or Steve did, rather. So that's a good one. We've already discussed that. And
another one like, sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Another one that is similar to Kelly's Heroes from what Stig told us is Three Kings with George Clooney, Ice Cube, and Marky Mark. I forgot his name.
Wahlberg.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Is these three the soldiers in the not the Iraq war, it was the Kuwait liberation. That's the same. They go for to steal Saddam's gold.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and code for lightning attack. Yeah, and then Dan Blackberry's choice, Stripes with Bill Murray and Harold Ramis. Not the war heroes you would expect. Oh my goodness, R.I.P. for Harold. That is, Bill Murray's still with us. Okay, I haven't seen that. I don't know what planet I've been on, but yeah, that's one. And his second choice is yes, the Australian classic Gallipoli with Mel Gibson. Yes. Yeah. I don't know. Steve, you've seen that one, haven't you?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah,
it's
I think you mentioned
different, but maybe a very important movie because the Aussies never get due respect because they fought in World War II as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they don't get respect because they lost the war to the flightless birds.
Yeah.
To the bird? Wait.
the war on the emus.
Oh, the war on the okay, gosh.
Yeah, they lost.
Oh, the emus.
It's probably because Mel Gibson had moved to the United States.
There you go. He would have taken care of those. Okay, and then Kex was also the longest day in Tora. Unless I already said that one. Okay. Bone. Hello, Bone. Full Metal Jacket. Yes. And Saving Private Ryan.
Yes, two great movies.
Yeah. Yeah. Saving Private Ryan is the seminal ultimate version of D-Day, and there's just no way, two ways about it.
It might be the best written movie that Spielberg has ever done.
I agree.
I agree too. Yeah, that's a great one. And Full Metal Jacket. Yeah, classic. Oh yeah, Memphis Belle. Memphis Belle. And what about 12 O'Clock High? That's Hound 3000. I'm not familiar with 12 O'Clock High. Jacob Ironside. We Were Soldiers, 2002. Yes, that's a great Vietnam movie. Right at the very beginning.
Isn't that where Sam Elliott refuses to use a rifle? He only uses a pistol.
Could be. I don't recall. I mean, it was a Mel Gibson movie, and
Is the Hacksaw Ridge?
yeah. Let me see. I'm googling it now. Yeah, I'll tell you, it was.
The Hacksaw Ridge was with the Spider-Man actor
Yeah,
Yeah.
Garfield.
Andrew Garfield. Garfield, yes,
Okay.
that's a very good movie.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it does say here. Yes, Sam Elliott. So yes, I went to see that movie. Was really hard on a friend of mine because her dad went to Vietnam, and for some reason, it just really touched her because it was just a very raw movie about what it was like to fight in Vietnam. Good pick there. All of them are good picks, but definitely that was one that we hadn't thought about. Hound is saying the Dawn Patrol. I'm not familiar with Beryl Flynn and Basil Rathbone. That Tad that shouldn't be Saving Private Ryan. Oh, Black Hawk Down. Yes, that's a good one. Uh, gosh, you talk about a harrowing one. Black Hawk Down and The Sands of Iwo Jima. Yeah, I haven't seen that one, but yeah. Das Boot. There we go. Okay, yes, because I know Steve. Yeah, Das Boot is a fantastic submarine movie. It is the ultimate submarine movie. And if you can, go ahead and try to see it in the original language, in the voix original. And then Run Silent, Run Deep. I am not familiar with that one.
Sounds like a submarine movie too.
Yeah.
There was another one in my list that I was picking between this and Dirty Dozen. It was Guns of Navarone. That's
Oh yeah, masterpiece. And
yes, that's amazing.
another one to mention is Force 10 from Navarone with Harrison Ford and Robert Shaw. It also has Carl Weathers in it. The guy who played Jaws in James Bond is in it. Edward Fox, I think, is in it. Piles of people. Very underrated.
All right.
From 2000 backwards, you kind of always get an ensemble cast in the war movies. In the
Yes.
later ones, you have the more unknown actor of not maybe one or two big names, but the old ones you always have like all the stars you could get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, that's. I don't know how that works. And of course, nowadays they don't want to pay anyone to do anything.
Another good one is Where Eagles Dare
Oh,
with Clint
what's that one?
Eastwood.
Oh, Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, it's almost like a soldiers on a spy mission almost, having to get up to a fort in the mountains controlled by the Germans.
Oh, well, cool. Gosh, I haven't seen that one. Flags of Our Fathers says Pacific 414. Thank you. Welcome to Miss Martin Muse's Flags of Our Fathers. Gosh darn it. I don't know a lot of these, but these sound great. Das Boot is very claustrophobic, says Hound. Well,
Yeah, it is.
yeah.
People who have served on submarines all say that the Das Boot movie is the one that does submarines correctly.
Mm-hmm.
It's completely accurate, or completely authentic.
Yeah.
And the submarine they use in that movie is the same one you see in Indiana Jones 1.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, it's The submarine itself is a star. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
A
Definitely.
cameo.
Okay, Dan Blackfire, Roar of a Kind, clear and present danger of the war on the cartels, and one of Ford's best performances. Yeah, I guess technically that would count as a war. Wars don't always have to be official. Hamburger Hill. Okay. Well, yeah, Civil Wars count. The
Hamburger Hill is the war on diabetes.
oh no. U571 was good. Okay, I'm not familiar with that one. My
That's
gosh.
that one has Bon Jovi in it, I think.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I like For Greater Glory. That was a movie that came out about 10 years ago, about during the Civil War in Mexico when the communists were being communists and the Cristeros rose up against the communists. It was really, really brutal because communists aren't very kind when they take over. But that's also it's a very inspirational movie, but hard to watch movie because there was a lot of where they just would take people and just shoot them. Just very brutal movie.
Yeah, Keck 44 is right. Watch it in German with subtitles.
Yes, absolutely.
Always.
If you can watch it, because the original voices, the original performances is always good. Okay, Dan Blackhart says brave. Oh, okay, yeah. Now, though, technically, yeah, we're talking 20th century ones. Maybe another time, definitely when we do the 18th century. Yes, some of these or the Middle Ages, Braveheart, Apocalypto. Oh wait, Apocalypto. That's the Vietnam, isn't it?
No, it's the Mel Gibson movie.
Oh,
about
the rainforest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mayans, Incans, something like that.
Okay, never mind then. Yeah, and a few other. Oh, the Patriot. Okay, yeah, those are in different eras of the Mel Gibson ones.
Would Indiana Jones 1 and 3 count as war movies?
Well, you have a dogfight in 3.
Yeah. From a certain point of view, absolutely. I guess technically. Well, I'm glad I didn't. Kind of like it's Die Hard, a Christmas movie. Yeah. Though technically, war hadn't broken out, had it? Not when Indiana Jones.
It did break out in 3.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
The villain says Germany has declared war on the Jones boys.
Oh.
Yeah, because that's when Germany declares war on the United States. You get a telegram.
Okay. Gosh. At first, I thought you were doing a joke, but then because I remember that line. All right. Anyone seen Midway film, the recent one?
I heard it was bad.
Movie. I like it.
Yeah,
it's like a nice.
I haven't seen it though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, it had that should be Band of Brothers. Yes, that of course is absolutely superb. Though technically it didn't count because it was a mini series. Maybe one time we'll do mini series because there are some amazing mini series about these. Yes, Pacific Tora. Yes, we talked about that one. Great movie. Absolutely.
In the Pacific side of the war, you have the Thin Red Line. If I'm not mistaken. Also with an ensemble cast.
Yes, that one is great. And if we're going by TV series, I think if you like watching World War II stuff, The Winds of War is worth watching. With an incredible cast.
Yeah, just about everyone. Well, and then the sequel, War and Remembrance.
Yeah, the villain from Beverly Hills Cop plays Hitler.
Yeah, you talk about something that's hard to watch. Oh my gosh! But yeah, it's pretty epic. Well, I already mentioned Casablanca. I mean, technically, that is a World War II movie. There's
Yeah.
that great moment when the Yahtzees are singing their song, and then the rest of them start to sing La Marseillaise. Oh, Wind Talkers. Yeah, no Pacific. I don't know if I've seen it, but it's about the code breakers, if I'm correct.
No, it's about. I believe in maybe the Vietnam War. It's about.
No.
It's with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
It's not the Vietnam.
Okay, Wind Talkers directed. Okay,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, maybe.
starring.
Yeah, it's about
Yeah, the Navajo code
Native.
talkers during World War
Yeah,
II. Yeah.
Native Americans.
Hmm. Yeah, they
I need
were
to.
Navajo.
Yeah, I need to watch that
Oh,
one
okay. Yes, World War
again.
II.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, that's a very good one from what I've heard. Oh yeah, thank you, Bland Rockward. Yes. There were so many different fronts where this war, World War II, was won.
Another fun one is, and this one flopped, I believe, but I liked it. It's called Flyboys. It's
With James
World War,
Franco.
yeah, World One dogfight movie. Has the Red Baron in it too, I believe.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Very nice
Red
one.
Baron.
Very fun.
Whenever I think of the Red
um,
Baron, I think of Snoopy. Curse you, Red Baron.
Another one that shows you a different angle of the World War II was Enemy at the Gates. That shows
Yes.
the
Yeah.
Russian front
Mm-hmm.
with
That one is
Jude Law
fantastic.
in a sniper fight with the best German sniper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
played by Ed Harris.
Yeah.
And that scene where Ron Perlman gets killed off is insane.
Yes.
Oh. Now, is that there was a movie? Excuse me, the movie Stalingrad. That one was pretty intense. I saw that
Yes.
one.
Indeed.
Yeah.
It's the same way that Russia being in wars in the last 50 years. Just send everybody you have theirs. If some will have guns, some will have to steal guns.
Yeah. Or you
Yeah,
get
they
them
have like one rifle per 10 people,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. There's another cool one which is like a resistance movie. I can't remember the name, but it has Daniel Craig and Liev Schreiber in it. World War II.
Okay.
They play brothers. They're leading the resistance in Eastern Europe and some country.
All right. I'm looking that one up. Yeah. Dan Blackboard says, anyone seen Captain Corelli's Mandolin? No,
I have seen it, but I can't remember much about it.
Yeah.
I can't say that I did.
Okay. Is it called Stealing Beauty? No.
No.
Okay, maybe that's another movie they were in together. Okay, I honestly don't know. When I googled it badly. Well, Steve, there was a movie too about the Norwegian Saboteurs. I forget what that was called.
Heroes of Telemark.
Heroes of Telemark. Okay, yes.
Yeah, when a group of Norwegian commandos prevented the Germans from developing nuclear weapons in World War II. It literally changed the war. If the Germans had nuclear weapons before the United States, I don't even think the United States would have joined the war because their entire eastern coast would have been under threat.
I was going to say
Yeah.
We would have been blown away if we'd have.
Yeah.
Defiance is what the tablet should be.
Yes. Yes, that's it. Defiance. Very good movie.
Okay, so the Heroes of Telemark. Yeah, that's one I think that I definitely would like to watch. Well, not only that, if they'd have gotten it, they could have just dropped a bomb on England and taken.
Oh yeah, England, Paris, Russia. You know, it's kind of fun when you see people go, "Oh, yeah, what did Norway even do do during the war and do for us?" And I'm like, yeah, probably saved you.
Yeah. Yeah, there was many different ways that people did their parts in them.
Yeah,
Well,
even the Brazilian uh, fought in the war, though in the last few years of the war. But we sent some, I believe, some 20 to 40,000 soldiers, mostly in the Italian front.
oh,
We we even have a few legends that, to be honest, I think it would make a really nice movie. We have the in the Battle of Monte Castello in Italy.
uh-huh.
There was these three Brazilian soldiers that are buried in a crossroad in Italy. They were buried by the German because, as the legend is told, that uh, they were part of a company together with the Americans, and some in the this company was getting slaughtered, and these three soldiers tried to move around the the Germans in the Italians in the other side. They tried to go around and take them from the back, but by the time that they reached the back of the enemy, some other troops were already in the coming to finish off the Allies, and they fought to the last bullet, and they
Wow.
killed. Yes, they killed a lot of German and Italians, and by the time the German officer uh, saw their bodies, they think, oh, to get this damage, this much damage, it must be like a full platoon, a full squad of soldiers. No, no, they search around. It was only the three of them, and they buried them like with honors and wrote in the crosses, "Here lies three Brazilian heroes."
Wow. That would make a great movie.
Yeah, and those crosses are still there in Italy.
Holy crud.
There's also another story about a Brazilian dude that goes kind of crazy during a fight between the two sides. He goes all Leroy Jenkins on the on the Axis forces, and by the time the rest of the company catch up with him, he already captured a whole uh, campsite of the Axis with tanks and uh, trucks, ammos by himself.
Wow. See,
Yeah,
these are great. These are awesome. Jacob Ironside says they were expendable is good. Oh, are you familiar with that one? I, I don't
No,
know.
I've never seen that one.
Yeah. Okay. And then the bridge at I can't say Remagen. Yeah. As Timon, if you got nothing better to do with your spare time, by golly, you make those movies. So I will watch those. I'd love to see. I love it when someone just loses their crap and just goes off on some Yahtzees.
there is another funny story. When the Brazilians they arrived at the main Allied base on Italy, they were not. We didn't have like a special trained unit or anything. They still have to be trained by the Americans. But we have something here that we call the Brazilian way,
Hmm.
and that's a way that we can make, if something's not working, we make it work somehow.
There you go.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
And so the while the Brazilians were training with the Americans, some of the American troops uh, used to go to the Brazilian quarters, and they take ammo, food, bandages, and the Brazilians started to get angry, and they went to the commanding officer, and he then went to the American officer. The American officer said to the Brazilian, "Well, this is a war, and we have to share everything. So too bad for you."
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah.
He then relayed that to his men, and in the next day, the American commanding officer went to the to the Brazilian quarters, and he said to the Brazilian officer, "Okay, we get it. This is a war and such, but we won't. I'll tell my men to stop stealing ammo and stuff from your quarters. But please, can you give back the our tank?"
Oh,
In the middle of the night, the Brazilian soldiers went to the American side of the quarters and stole two of their their tanks.
oh, well, there you go. Okay. Oh my gosh. So many cool things that happened in these wars, especially the tad that shouldn't be says my grandfather, the only member of the company to went on D-Day to survive World War II. He almost died in that battle. Yeah, yeah. My grandfather, he actually missed D-Day. He came in about 4 months afterwards. That's another part I liked about Band of Brothers. They showed that it all just wasn't over at D-Day. The fighting there was fierce and it went on for a great amount of time. Of course, one of the most harrowing of all movies is Schindler's List that I've seen about of course, the Holocaust and Steven Spielberg's the movie he finally won an Oscar for, and Liam Neeson was robbed of the Oscar that year. He should have won it. Great score by John Williams. So, alrighty, well, looks like we're winding down this party. I want to thank everyone that came and thank you for all of your picks and your choices and so many movies. I'm thinking that go and watch these. Take notes of these, watch them, love them, enjoy them, celebrate them. Don't watch any of the crap that's new today. We started off with talking about the crap, which is things like taking a historical Norwegian jarl and turning it into a woman that's was not even close to anything that the jarl was, to some very very good movies, about our history in the 20th century. So, Stieg, where can we find you?
Uh, Usually on this channel and on Mara's channel. Um, Mara's channel on Wednesdays for the Cringe Factory,
Yay.
and this one for book talk and all kinds of stuff. And I'm probably soon going to be on another episode of the Blockbuster Archives, which Lady Greymaster and I are doing once a month. So we're going to be doing 1982 next time, which we will be talking about 1982, in terms of what happened in 1982 for the first half, and then we're going to review a movie each. And she gives me a movie to watch, and I give her a movie to watch from that year. She is to watch and review Conan the Barbarian, And I am to watch and review an officer and a gentleman, which is the opposite of a barbarian. So contrast happening, but
Love with the sun.
it's always fun, actually. So it's a bit educational, maybe nostalgic to see, oh crap, that stuff happened during that year. I remember that. Damn, time
Mm,
flies. You know, but
yeah. A trip down nostalgia past,
yeah,
good and bad. Well, cool. Yeah. So if you go ahead and go make sure you subscribe to Lady Gravemaster, see that, and as also Jade Shadow is Mara's channel for the Cringe Factory. And yes, this Saturday we are going to be starting The Hobbit on my channel, The Hobbit. So same time, 11 a.m. Central, 12 p.m. Eastern. And then after we're done with The Hobbit, we're going to do that for about 2 weeks. Then we're going to take the Silmarillion. So we're all going to go through that together. How about you, Timon? Where can we find you?
You can find me modding at Open Airlock Policy Channel and on uh, Twitter at Timon FLP.
Oh.
And Wednesday, you can find me kind of drunk because I will be turning 37.
Oh my gosh! Woohoo!
happy
So
birthday if I don't see you before that.
Thank
yeah.
you.
See, what's a traditional Brazilian drink that?
Caipirinha.
Oh, there you go. All right. Well, just be sure to stay hydrated, and I'll remember to wish you a happy birthday Wednesday. We'll keep each other honest. But yes, please follow him on Twitter if you don't already. Also, tomorrow night, the Fantasy Tavern is returning with Lady Gravemaster and probably not. Well, we'll see about Steeg, but Lady Gravemaster and Alasia will definitely be there to talk about Harry Potter. Harry Potter. So everything Harry Potter on the Fantasy Tavern tomorrow night, same time, 7 p.m. Central.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
You know.
You know who.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought always an asterisk, an if awake sneak, but it's a. Okay, wait. Canadian Spider-Man says, "Do not drink and pass out in the snow." But I don't think you have snow down there in Brazil, do you?
I've seen it once, but it was in the mountains. There are only two places in Brazil that can snow. Is once about some 5 years, but it happens.
Okay, so he'll be safe from passing out in the snow. Hobbit, hope there's extra singing. Oh, there will be extra singing. Yes, there will. And I think that's it that's going on this week. So everyone be good to each other. Everyone be good to each other. Thank you to everyone. Thank you for my mods. You helped me with those Russians, or maybe it's not really Russians, but whoever those bots are. Thank you for dealing with them, Dan Blackroyd and Keck 44. And hey, look who it is. It's Ancient One popping in. We're just about ready to leave. And thank you very much to my guests, Timon and Steeg. Thank you for being here as always. Have a great day, everyone. Have a great day. And be certain to hydrate on your birthday if you're going to drink.